Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Abel from Revamp Fit. Today we have a great workout for you. So this is a 3-day full body workout. So 3 days, and we're gonna target every muscle group. Okay, so since it's 3 days, we're just letting 1 day of rest. So every 48 hours you get a chance to rest and recover, since you're targeting every single muscle. Okay, so with this being said, we are using dumbbells, right? And with dumbbells, the first thing I got to tell you is you got to make sure you have at least 2 pair, right? Or ones that are adjustable, like the one I'm using, because let's say you're doing a squat versus a chest press, right? Your legs, for the most part, should be stronger than your arms, right? So you have to kind of go from there. So if you use one weight for legs, is going to be heavy compared to if you were to use it for a chest press or an overhead press. So with that being said, also make sure you warm up diligently. You want to practice your form, get some blood flow, increase your temperature, and only from there, once you're ready and confident, you pick up the weights and you go from there as a progression. All right, so with that being said, we'll start with the first exercise that we're going to do as a superset. Okay, so first exercise that we have is a squat, or a squat and press. So this is a frontal plane squat, so meaning we have the dumbbell on our shoulders in front of us. So this is already engaging the core, right? Trying to use the most amount of body activity. So we have the squat, making sure that we squat parallel, back up, core tight the whole time. And if you want to try something heavier, you have the squat and press, where you're raising up. You're doing that in one motion, right? You're not pausing. You're using the leg power, core power, and breathing out. Okay? So that's the first exercise. We have that for 8 to 12 reps, right? With the given weight. So it should be a challenging 8 to 12 reps, right? So if you're able to get 12, you might want to go a little bit heavier, right? Apply progressive overload. If it is something that's too light, or it's too heavy, sorry, then you want to kind of drop down and practice form, right? So the second exercise we have for the superset is our split squats. So you're going to need a bench, a bed, or a chair to make sure that you kick that leg back, okay? The biggest thing is to have one leg forward to a point. If it's too close like this, you're not going to be able to bend, right? So adjust your legs, right? So this is the perfect position to be in right now, because it's spread apart to a point where you're allowing yourself to go through that range of motion, right? From there, the dumbbells are on each side of that one leg, and we're gonna attempt to do 8 to 12 reps, okay? The back leg is doing nothing but just being a kickstand. So you push off the heel strong, breathe out. Push off the heel strong, breathe out. All right, so this is what we have for 8 to 12 reps per leg, okay? Notice the width of the legs. All right, and once you are done with them, right, this is something that's for advanced, right? So if you want to burn out and increase your anabolic hormone response, right, really trigger the muscles to grow, you can drop the dumbbells and just burn out. So you can do 12 to 20 reps. If anything, this is going to train your mental fortitude and make sure that you are tough in the gym, okay? So drop the weights, you go a little bit quicker, you're more explosive, and you try to knock out 15 to 20 reps, right? This is just a leg blaster in general. All right, guys. So we did our 2 core leg exercises so far. Now we're on to our 3 core exercises, all right? The first one is side to side, right? So I'm using one of the dumbbells and I have it upright just so that I have more range of motion to go left and right. And what I'm doing is I'm just securing my body with my hands, and I'm doing this for 30 to 45 seconds. Right, so legs swinging left and right. If you want to make it harder, like what I'm doing right now, I have my hands in the air, right, so that you don't have as much stability, right? So this one, slow it down and practice this if you want to progress it. And this is really challenging, by the way. All right, the next movement that we have is a seated Z press. Okay, so you're leaning back, right? At this point, my abs are already engaged. If I was to hold this for about 45 seconds, I would definitely be spent, right? So you lean back a little bit, you have the dumbbells in front of you, and you're using your core power and arm power to press up, right? So we're taking away effort from the leg by doing this, right? You're seated, super challenging. I would definitely recommend doing a few body weight movements first before you pick up weights to do this. All right, core tight, and you're pressing hard. Control it coming down, of course. All right, and we have this for 8 to 12 reps. Again, this is definitely going to be lighter compared to when you're doing a squat, right? Because it's just a very challenging position to be in. All right, the next exercise that we have is very, very advanced. We have a butterfly sit-up, right? And so to begin with, what you want to do is make sure that you have, you're practicing form. So you're using just your hands to sit up and back down. If you do want to try something a little bit more challenging, you have the dumbbells. As soon as you come up, you're exploding up with your core and going up. If you want to try something even harder, you can have the weights up the whole time, right? Which is going to blast your arms, shoulders, and core. All right, so this is again for 10 to 15 reps. This is another way to overload your core, right? We have to make sure that we bring some proper strength training, okay? All right, so next up we have our incline press. So these are, when I mentioned the last video, one of the ways to train your core indirectly, right, while training a muscle group, right, is to challenge the stability. So in this position right here, I have a dumbbell on one side and I have one hand that's open, right? So in order for me not to tip over, I have to use my core to stabilize, right? So my core is already engaged, it's on fire, and of course I'm getting my incline press in for the shoulder exercise that I'm about to do, okay? So I'm here with it, pressing up, coming down. Core tight, I breathe out every single time I raise up. Elbows are, of course, turned in a little bit as if you're going to do a push-up or a bench press. And then you're going to alternate arms. Once you do 8 to 12 reps, switch arms. All right, and we have one more movement, right, which is our Renegade Row, okay? So the Renegade Row is going to be a superset with the incline press. This is going to train your back and your shoulders, okay? So to start with, I'll just practice just holding a plank, right? From a plank, just bringing one hand back at a time. If you do want to try something slightly more challenging, you're going to have your hands on top of the dumbbells and you're rowing back, rowing back. All right, so this is the goal. If you do want to make it challenging, after you row, you can add in a push-up. So you row one time, row again, throw in a push-up, right? So when you do that, if you're going to include the push-up, it's 1 rep every single time you row and you do a push-up. All right, and also make sure your hips are squared and aligned with your shoulders, okay? All right, guys, so that is the full circuit. So every single station, you want to go back to back. If you're doing a squat, you're doing the split squats immediately, right? Or minimal rest, maybe 30 seconds, no more than a minute of rest. Between the supersets, so let's say you do the legs, you're going to go to the arms. Then you're going to take 2 to 3 minutes to rest, practice form, and really get it going on. Once you complete the full list of exercises, you can rest, recover, and if you want more, you can do another set, okay? So this targets the entire body, right? So if you do it 3 days out of the week, it will be more than enough, right? So just make sure you recover, practice form, and let us know how you like it, all right? Like and subscribe for more content. We'll see you guys soon.